Hello and welcome. This is the February 2022. It's easy for you to say. Shares a waffle. And do you know something, guys? We're going to share a waffle with somebody who was a waffler, who's no longer a waffler. It's like welcoming back into the fold somebody who... Is it prodigal son moment? I'm not quite sure, but what a great way to build it up. Anyway, without further ado, I think we need to introduce them. And the first thing I'm going to do is introduce his wife, because actually Emma and Lloyd are our guests for the middle of the month show. So welcome back, Lloyd, and a big welcome to Emma. Thank you for joining us.
Hi.
You're welcome. That intro made me feel like a bit of like as if I've been a hostage somewhere for many years.
It's kind of, I like it. It's kind of,
they're treating us very well.
Yeah.
I feel like we're very safe here. Don't send the SAS.
I think before we go any further, I know Claire and I are already on warnings from the naughty step as well. So yeah. Let's get. I'm going to get the retaliation in early because actually it's Lloyd that led us astray. So it's never Claire and I that get the giggles. It was always Lloyd that started the giggles. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to get that one in early, Lloyd. So when Claire and I are in fits later on, then you'll still get the blame anyway. Yeah. But it's lovely to have you back on the show. And
awesome to be here.
It's been too long and not catching up and stuff like that. So anyway. Emma, it's good to get you on the show. That's more important. So a big welcome to you, because this is the bit where you're talking to people that Lloyd has sort of spent far too much time online talking with, and then you've missed out on a lot of that. So I'm trying to make you feel a little bit at home in just knowing that we don't bite much. And to be honest,
I feel like I do know you because although I've not been on the show, I can hear so much of the show when I'm just kind of milling around the house. So yeah. I feel like I know you even though I don't. So.
No, the post-Christmas party where we were all chatting till like 3 a.m.
Yep. Yeah. Ordering chicken nuggets and
yeah. That was the night there was a flood at your house, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
I still haven't taken that. I still need to do a couple more layers on that.
Still a stain on the ceiling.
You can't get the help these days, can you? I will repair it.
Yeah. So it seems ages. It seems ages since you've been on the show. So what we'll do is we'll sort of come to that little missing gap of what you've been doing, what you've been up to. But in the meantime, whilst you've not been here, you're going to be the first people that are going to be confronted with a brand new set of questions. Hey, see what we've done for you.
Emma doesn't like cheese, so she won't have her favourite cheese.
Well, we should have put that on there for you. Just
that would have been good, wouldn't it? That would have been good. Oh dear. So yeah, we've got brand new questions for Carousella Questions for 2022. It'd be, as we say always, when there's couples on, you don't have to have the same answer. It's really entertaining when you start
bickering.
Start bickering amongst each other and thinking, oh, you never told me that.
So, have you never said that before?
Yeah. But as always, just go with the heart. Go with the heart and just sort of see what you blurt out, and then when you listen back when the show comes out and everyone else is in the car going, oh, hey, do you know, I never thought they'd say that. And you think, oh, bother, I didn't mean to say that. I meant to choose something else. So
Emma will be terrified now because I've said this before on the podcast, so I can say it again. You might be bothered by it, but I've said it before anyway. So there's the caveat. When we go to Florida, as soon as we step in the outbound airport, Emma turns her brain off. So you probably won't be able to say like what resort's your favourite because you won't know where we've stayed. You don't know where we've stayed.
No, we don't know the flight number, the terminal number.
If you were to lose me, it's like, okay, what gates? Okay, where are you flying into? It's either Orlando, Miami, Tampa, or maybe another.
Yeah, but you underestimate me because I've got all the passwords, all your emails. I'd work it out.
Okay, fair enough.
Exactly. That's it. Exactly, Lloyd. Don't underestimate.
Yeah.
Resourcefulness, we like it.
Exactly.
The important information.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lloyd's
When the money-
passwords.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Don't worry about that.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go first. I'm gonna take the lead, and it's a question for both of you because the answer could be different for both. So, first one: when did you first step into a Disney park?
It'd be different, wouldn't it? When we were younger.
Yeah, so I think, well, I was 15, so
Oh yeah, was yours Disneyland?
Disneyland, in California, with my parents. So that was 1999.
I don't know. How old are you now?
1999 was the first time I went to Disneyland in California with my parents on a summer annual trip. How about you?
Mine was. I was 9. Claire, what year were we 9?
1987? No, 1986.
Right, maybe 10 then. So I think it was 1987. 1987/88. And we went over to Walt Disney World for the first time. It was that time when flights were still massively expensive. So we stayed. Sorry, are these like old Carousella Questions where I should be succinct and quick?
Oh, it doesn't matter.
No.
Yeah, you know better than that, Lloyd.
So it was dead expensive. So we stayed in like a motel type thing in Main Gate East or Main Gate West, whichever one it was. Did all the parks, and it wasn't a 14-day ticket. It was the paid for X amount of days, and they punched a hole in your ticket every single day. And I think the first park, in fact, it wasn't a Disney park we went into the first day. Controversially these days, it was SeaWorld.
I thought you were going to say Gatorland.
Yeah, so SeaWorld was the first one we went into. We did SeaWorld, and then we did Walt Disney World after that. But whatever year it was, Claire, what was that, 88?
88, I reckon.
Yeah. So that was my first step in a Disney park.
And then the first time I went together.
Oh yeah, first time together.
Was on our honeymoon. So that was 2014, wasn't it? But that was Disney World.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was the first park?
I can't remember. It'll be in our diary.
Oh, we were staying Grand Floridian. It was Magic Kingdom. It was when I rolled it. There's a quick, concise answer for you.
Question 1 of 100. Joe, I'll take the second question. Which Pixar character do you most relate to?
Oh.
I think we should turn that round and say which character do we think they most relate to?
I can answer this one. Wall-E, because I'm not particularly good at articulating exactly how I feel, am I? Sometimes, but my actions convey it very perfectly and artistically and beautifully, like Wall-E.
It's funny you should say that because I would say you're the other way round.
Oh.
Action maybe not so much, but you articulate. I think you articulate pretty well.
All right, so a nice speech. So, like, selling myself like Gaston, then. That's Pixar. That's Disney. Like you.
I don't know. What would you say about me?
I don't know. You kind of
be careful.
Yeah.
Dangerous territory.
Bo Peep, because like in the first few, the first few movies, quite sort of beautiful, porcelain doll, and then you just come into your own. And when you get to know you, you're very adventurous and whip off the Bo Peep. Exactly, yeah. And you're like, come on.
How many minutes in are we?
This is how you live life.
10.
Yeah. That's how I see it.
Okay, we'll go with that.
Yeah. And I suppose I'm Woody because I've always been looking for my Bo Peep.
No. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hey, you dug yourself out of a hole there, Lloyd. Goodness.
How did you do that?
Just people sat listening.
Yeah.
People sat listening, making notes there. You know.
Next time I lay the footy, I'll use that one and that one.
Go on, Becca.
Okay, so what's your favourite bathroom at Walt Disney World?
Ooh.
Do
you know the thing that always springs out to me? I think you know what I'm going to say.
You're going to say the worst now?
No.
Because you had the worst when we were there last time.
Oh, the worst?
Yeah.
Worst bathroom?
Surprisingly worst bathroom.
Oh, hang on. Should I say what I like?
Yeah, say what you like first. Answer the question first, and we can digress.
Yeah.
So Ben can cut all the digression.
Oh no, I'm leaving it all in.
I always move on to the next point too quickly, don't I?
Yeah, only when you're shouting at me.
Yeah. No, what was the hotel? I can't remember the hotel, but I remember the mirror distinctly in the bathroom, and it was quite a rectangular mirror, and then it was
With
like
the yellow and stuff.
Yeah, it was blue, yellow, and kind of a grey dated around. It's really
that's
nice.
a room bathroom, and that is Sapphire Falls.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, but no, in this show, they want an actual bathroom you've been into and used, like in the parks.
Oh, I don't know.
Tangled toilets is always a good one, but you can't say tangled toilets.
Well, I don't know then. Well, I can say, just as being a mum, I've been in the kind of, what's it called, the mum and baby unit in Walt Disney World, and that was amazing. I have to say, as a mum,
you tried them all, didn't you?
amazing.
Yeah, all four.
Yeah, the main one. What was it, near the entrance, or whereabouts is it situated?
Magic Kingdom.
Yeah.
It's up by Crystal Palace.
Well, the facilities were fantastic, but
is that a good enough answer, Ben?
Yeah.
I'll let you do Caesar and go up.
I still can't believe how we managed to do a whole episode on bathrooms.
I think maybe there's another one. There's totally.
I think there's another one like that, to be honest. I think there's.
I liked the Gico ones.
Ooh.
They're really, really nice, really plush. Smelled good as well.
I remember you coming out and saying that, and the women's were very non-distinct. So I'm thinking, what's going on in the men's? Because I remember
finally, there's women's toilets, there's couches, there's magazines. Finally, we've had it addressed where there's a great toilet for guys.
No, I don't know what was in there, but he did like it.
It's just a normal toilet.
So we had the same discussion about toilets. Was it these ones by Sonar?
The ladies' ones are really nice.
The Sonar toilets are
Well,
amazing.
They're amazing.
Probably, taking a theme between the two neighbouring hotels. And then worst, well, not worst, but when we were in Gasparilla Grill on Floridian.
Oh, yeah. We had a really bad experience, didn't we?
Well, I didn't. You took Brody.
Yeah. It was, I think just because, obviously, hygiene's sort of more on your priority list, perhaps, now than what it had been pre-COVID, and so you sort of more. Well, I've always been aware of hygiene, obviously, but you kind of your senses are even more heightened towards it. And we were at the Grand Floridian in the cafe. What's it called?
Gasparilla.
Gasparillas. And their toilets, and I just took Brody in, our 5-year-old, and not great. Things on the floor that you don't want to see on the floor, and
like what?
Well, just tissue paper.
Right, that sounds bad.
Toilets not flushed, and
yeah.
I don't know.
They should be on top of it, shouldn't they? So you don't expect that at the Grand Floridian.
No, I think that was the other point. It was just even more alarming when you're in the Grand Floridian. You have certain expectations of a high-end hotel and resort like that. So, yeah.
Again, Ben, quick fire.
You did great. We're on question 4. Which is your favourite Disney mountain?
I know mine. Mine is Everest, Expedition Everest. Almost killed my dad on it. With his heart condition and his little watch was beeping when we got off it.
You didn't feel good.
I do like space, but mine's Everest. And the theme, and we almost got there. Well, we almost did. We did, didn't we? On the
on the show, on the Wednesday show,
it was Wednesday last Wednesday.
Yeah.
Because there's so much to talk about. Yeah, it's amazing. The theming all around it. You can stand on one side where you've got the bit of the lake behind, and then Everest in the distance, and almost pretend that you're in Nepal. You've got all the the stuff across. That's cool. Do you want?
Yeah, I'd mirror what you said. Just because you're so enthusiastic about it, I kind of get some of your enthusiasm.
You don't like getting wet, do you, on Splash?
Yeah. Oh well.
Space Mountain, you're not impressed with at all.
No, I'm not forced.
And then Big Thunder.
Yeah, so I'd agree with you on that one.
Well, that was quicker.
That was quicker.
Impressed. There we go. So, next one then. Who's your favourite villain and why?
Oh, that's a hard one.
That's a hard question, especially if you want it quick. Oh God. I know who yours would be.
What?
Because it's your mum.
Oh God, here we go.
Who's your mum?
I know what you're going to say.
Ursula. Her mum won't watch this, but her mum's got.
You better hope she won't.
Oh my goodness.
Honestly.
And I don't think I caught it on camera. I was filming a bit of Journey Under the Sea, and I basically went, "There's Grandma," and I've got the boys going, "Look, it's Grandma! It's Grandma!" It's like, poor unfortunate poor.
Did you realise the family video and you uploaded it to YouTube? And then you sent the link to my mum?
No, I'm sure that wasn't on that bit.
I hope not.
And if it was, she could do a bit of self-reflection.
Oh, brilliant.
Well, that would answer for you then, but that's not really. Well, I don't know. I don't know. It's a really hard one, isn't it?
Yeah, it's hard.
Gaston is cool. And they're getting a live action spin off. Or what's the phrase for live action these days?
Live action.
Live action.
Was it? Oh no, it wasn't full. Anamorphic.
Anamorphic.
That's when that was the Lion King one, wasn't it?
Yeah, like Jungle Book and Lion King.
Right, so it's not that, but yeah, when they do the next Beauty and the Beast, they're doing not the next Beauty and the Beast, they're doing a spin-off, aren't they?
Yeah, they're doing a prequel series with Gaston and LeFou.
Yeah, so that's good. I think as a baddie, a little bit misunderstood, a little bit arrogant, a little bit jealous, but yeah, I think Gaston maybe would be yours.
I'm not sure.
I don't know, do you?
No, I don't know.
You can't give a don't know.
I
don't know.
I'm not sure.
You're going to go for Ursula because it's your mum?
Well, yeah, I was thinking of that, and she's got good songs in the movies.
Well, yeah, Jill picked her for Poor Unfortunate Souls.
Yeah, I do like that song. It's a good, strong song that you do remember.
Jeremy Irons has got good songs for Lion King, hasn't he, for Scar? Mm-hmm. Emma's got a bit of a dancing and musical theatre background, so she knows that kind of thing.
Yeah, a good tune.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Elsa?
She's not a villain.
Oh no, she's not, is she? I was equating you. I was basically, because you've been mistaken.
That's the alternative version of Frozen.
Yeah, in a lot of the new Disney movies, there's not a baddie per se, is there? Not like back in the 90s, sort of the 90s films.
No.
There's not
someone to boo at. Yeah.
It's not a click-up villain from like beginning to end.
Yeah. Yes. So yeah.
No.
So we'll go with Ursula.
All right, yeah, because it's your mum.
We'll stick with that.
No, not because it's my mum.
Okay, because of the songs.
Because of the songs,
right,
yeah.
but I'll know the real reason.
Okay.
So does everyone else.
Okay. Which Epcot World Showcase country is your must-do?
Ooh. I know mine.
I think I know what you're going to say.
Well, do yours first then.
Well, we like Japan, don't we?
Yeah, we love Japan.
Yeah, we like going to Japan. We like the shop there as well.
Yeah.
We like going to the shop. It's really good value. You can get all
Yeah.
things.
I'm not going to try and pronounce the name of the shop.
Oh, I've not got a clue.
Mitsukoshi.
I was going to say Matsu something else, but that's
Yeah, but there's loads of interesting things in there.
Oh yeah, it's amazing. Yeah,
are really reasonable.
Oh, for the sort of the Japanese adorned stuff, I don't know if it's kimono Japanese or is that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Kimono,
So the Japanese kimonos, they're really reasonable. They weren't putting on the Disney hike as usual because we were going to get one. We couldn't find your size, could we?
Even for like little gifts, you can pick up like little lipstick cases for like a couple of dollars and stuff like that. So it's really interesting to look around, isn't it?
And we did the Pearl.
The Pearl experience, when they did do it, they've stopped doing it now, haven't they?
Yeah.
During COVID.
And then it was on our honeymoon. Emma picked the largest pearl of the day, which is meant to be good luck. So huge pearl. And then I've lost it since.
Which must be bad luck.
Yeah, and then we went back this time and the counter's shut because of COVID, so couldn't even buy me a new one.
We'll do at some point.
Never mind.
There's one at Disney Springs that'll open up at some point as well, so yeah, we can go and do that.
It won't be long. Everything else is sort of opening up from COVID, so
yeah. And then we did teppanyaki. What's it called?
Teppanyaki?
Teppanyaki. The Teppanyaki restaurant there.
Yeah, we did that on our honeymoon. That was good.
We love that, but I think I've told the story before on the podcast a while ago where basically another couple of families have been in there, all going for a meal together. And I think it was 3 families. So they basically put all the parents on one table, 6 parents, all the kids going on the spare table. We were a couple, so we were basically on the kids' table. Our experience.
Which at the time we put up with, and we were on our honeymoon, so we were a bit miffed that we were on the kids' table, but we put up with it. It was fine. They were like really
it was nice.
behaved. They
were, but it was like, come on.
They were more teenagers. But I think had that situation happened now, and say, for example, we had a kid-free night, and then we went and got put on the kids' table, definitely asked me to be moved.
These days, we had enough of kids when we got
there. Like,
don't want more kids. On a meal. So I'm Japan. Are you Japan?
Yeah, I like Japan. Yeah.
Oh, great answer. Like that.
So, what is your favourite Magic Kingdom land?
Mine's dead easy.
Motherland.
Because I cry every time I go in when it's the first opening trip. Because I hear that the music doesn't change. Even when they do a new evolution of the music, it's still the same sort of vibe and feel to it. And it just gets me. And I'm 9, I'm 10, I'm 11 again, and I'm just walking in.
The same things happen all the time. For some reason, when we're walking towards that land, Lloyd always seems to be sort of like 10, 20 feet in front of me for some reason. And he might be pushing a pram, and he's like walking down like this, and I'll be behind him, and he just gets to that, the arch where it says Tomorrowland, and the music hits you. And he just turns around and looks at me. I can just see tears in his eyes every time without fail.
Yeah, I stop for a hug, don't I, just to recharge and move on.
So funny.
Yeah, so that's definitely mine. And it's a great, great land. It feels, we might talk about this later, it feels busier these days. It used to feel like really open and loads of space there. But now it feels like the queues are coming, or the lines to the Americans are coming back into the space a little bit. It just felt really, really full, didn't it?
Yeah.
These days, but I still love it. There's not a great deal there. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4. It's probably 5, 6 rides, but I love it. I love just the music and the feel of it, and the fact that it's dated, but dated in a really, really cool way, where it's like retro futurism now, and I really like it. Astro Orbiter looks cool. It's really, it's not the future now, but it looks really, really good.
Does it remind you of your childhood? Is that why you like it?
Yeah, that's why I feel it, because
nostalgic.
Yeah, it hasn't changed that much, and the music hasn't changed that much. So, yeah, that's why I like it.
You can't beat the Peoplemover.
Yes, yeah.
Oh, no way.
Are you actually going to tell this story?
Well, I was filming a little bit. Like we don't do vlogs yet. We might do at some point, but we do like basically a family video, and then we put it on YouTube just so we've got somewhere to store it because the computer's full. You'll know with Final Cut editing bed, it takes up all the space just for this weird rendering thing it does all the time. So we've put it on there to look at. But I was filming at this point. So I was filming the kids. It was the coldest day in the whole holiday. It was 29, 30 degrees the whole time.
Yeah, and we weren't really dressed for it.
And so this day it was like, it was sort of 14, 15, wasn't it, in the morning? So the boys were cold and moody. We told them Peoplemover was an inside ride because that's 50-50 lie and truth. So we thought that's fun. But then, so I was filming on it, and the boys were a bit moody, but then you lost your What?
There was a gust of wind came by on the outside bit, and I'd like my hair just went all in my face. I was like, oh, and then I flicked my hair out my face, and as a flick, I had fake eyelashes in and flicked my eyelash off. And I was like,
no.
Oh no.
I cannot walk around all day with one eyelash on and one eyelash off.
First world problems, everybody. First world problems.
Oh, Emma,
Telling me this story, but
I can't believe he's just outed you on that. That's horrific, Lloyd.
And then we spent the whole of the rest of the ride looking in our little carriage, whatever you call it, for the eyelash. And we hadn't even had the kids looking for it as well. Hilarious. Anyway, Lloyd found it, so it's all good.
There you go. Sorted.
He
did get good brownie points
Yeah.
that day.
Oh, brilliant.
Sorry, what was the question?
Favourite land?
Oh yeah, I still mind your favourite land from Magic Kingdom.
I like is it Fantasyland? Is that where's the area with like all Ariel and that's kind of my genre that I like.
Fantasyland.
Yeah, all the the girly like movies.
The girly movies.
The girly movies.
Yeah, it's got Ariel and
like the
Beast
Tangled
Castle.
area,
Tangled toilets.
Belle.
The tiny little tower you see.
Small
Yeah.
world.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's my kind of thing. The girly bit.
Breaking down stereotypes here, Emma. Built you up as Bo Peep, taking it in.
Yeah. Oh, no.
Okay, next question. Which is your favourite nighttime parade or fireworks spectacular at Walt Disney World?
Ooh.
It'll be the same because it'll be. I don't know. You might say something different, but it was wishes from the top of the Contemporary from
Oh yeah.
California Grill.
Yeah, that was a special night, wasn't it?
Yeah. You gonna do anything different?
No, because that was on our honeymoon, wasn't it? We were at the
Yeah.
grill and
Yeah.
Contemporary and watched the firework display from up there, and it's a fantastic
Yeah.
view.
I don't think anything else could.
Top it.
Yeah.
No. Maybe it was just because we were on our honeymoon, so
Yeah.
you've got that kind of added.
Yeah. We saw Harmonious across a roadway in a hedge.
It's the best way of watching it.
I was going to say that's the best view, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, so we were at the far side of Old Key West. We're basically in, Tampa. If you consider, in relation to where the hub is in Old Key West. But so Old Key West Resort, but great. We had a golf course view, so sitting on the balcony, great. Sit out there when the kids are in bed. But then, first night we heard the bangs and pops of fireworks. Epcot's the closest. Went out the front door onto the front sort of walkway. You go down the steps. We could see the Harmonious fireworks across the way. So we kind of did that pretty much every other night, didn't we?
Yeah.
The kids in bed, got out there with a drink, and you couldn't see the lower end of the fireworks, but you could see the top end. You
Big
couldn't.
ones. You can go the best ones.
Yeah, you can see the
big
best ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we started to predict what's coming in. We're going to get the ones over there in a second. On the third or fourth time we'd seen it. But we went out every time it was going on. The kids were asleep. We'd go out and watch it.
Yeah.
But it doesn't beat Wishes.
Yeah.
We do miss Wishes. Anyway.
That's a really good answer. That's a really lovely answer. So, what's your favourite restaurant outside of the parks?
Ooh, outside. Well, I've got two. Do you want to go first?
You're going to say the Contemporary first.
No, outside. Outside. Do you mean outside of Disney or outside the parks?
Ooh,
I think off property.
off property, off site.
Right.
Let's go
Okay.
for it.
So mine's a bit of a cheat, one of them, because it's Universal. Is that still on property though?
It's off Disney.
It's off Disney property.
Because we did a second honeymoon, didn't we? 6 months after the first one, and we just did 10 days and doing Universal. And Cowfish at City Walk we did on our first night. We've done that since. We love that, and it was my first sort of taste of sriracha sauce. I had them on the tables. I love that. And a massive, I can't remember what the name of the burger is, where they do, what's it called? Do you remember? There's like so much meat, and then you've got peanut butter and all sorts of other bits. It was amazing. And sweet potato fries.
I think it was the first. That was the meal that introduced you to putting peanut butter on a burger, and his mind was blown. It's become just a regular staple in our house, but at the time he was like, "Whoa, this is crazy."
I've never known peanut butter on a burger before.
No, I haven't.
Yeah. Well, they do peanut butter and banana, but I don't like banana, and I wouldn't put banana on a burger even if I liked it. But peanut butter, it's amazing.
Does it actually taste good?
Yeah, it's amazing.
Scared to try
It's
it.
lovely. It's
It
really
sounds
nice.
weird.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
There you go.
I'm just imagining if they run out of peanut butter, they just put Reese cups on top.
Yeah, melted in. Oh, that'd be better.
No.
That's what I'll do next. We try and recreate some meals at home, so we'll do that at some point.
Yeah, I don't know what I'd say. That's quite difficult because when we eat off property, it's usually because we're trying to save a bit of money. So
has to be done.
yeah, we usually eat quite modestly when we eat off property, don't we? We kind of save when we want to splurge money wise for the special restaurants in the park, and then when we eat off property, we kind of eat at Miller's and stuff like that.
Yeah, but we don't cut corners. You still get a great meal.
Yeah,
meal
no,
at
I'm not
Miller's,
saying that, but it's not special,
Yeah.
and I wouldn't, say it's my favourite. It's just a means to an
You like
end,
Miller's,
isn't
don't you?
it?
No, but you like the ossobuco?
Yeah.
Buka? The lamb. Is it lamb thing?
No.
It's lamb. Yeah, it's like a
Yeah,
leg of what we
Miller's.
call like a leg of lamb, I suppose.
And it's the first time when we're in Florida, when we go to Miller's, that we can see some green. So I'll always get steak in Miller's, and it's like $16. I've got a huge steak. I've got sweet potato fries and a big portion of broccoli.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm keeping myself alive in the States.
You must have something green.
The T-Rex Cafe, but that is still technically property, I suppose. It's Disney Springs.
Yeah, it's Disney Springs.
Does that count? I don't know.
Yeah, but that was a
fun experience.
That was a means to an end, wasn't it? So we keep the kids quiet.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
So.
If you don't eat your dinner, we'll set the dinosaurs on you.
Yeah.
If they're distracted, we have such a better experience. But not that we have kids, but you do, don't you? What we need is a Disney restaurant that's got a bit to an outside and have a climbing frame or something.
Yeah, we've said this. We discussed it.
That's all we need. That's all we need.
A climbing area where you can sit and eat and just watch them from a distance on the climbing frame.
With a soft floor.
Because the T-Rex Cafe works so well because in between courses, we could actually just go for a wander around and look at the dinosaurs. So it just meant that they weren't bored for any length of time. They were either eating or when we were waiting, they were looking around, weren't they?
Yeah.
So that worked well. But yeah, we need a pub with a climbing frame, basically. That's what we're looking for.
The UK model.
Yeah.
Just like dropped in Disney.
If Rose and Crown gets an upgrade soon.
I was just thinking that. I've got this vision of soft play area just at the back of the Rose and Crown.
You know the big.
You're going to print money, aren't you? Because parents going to stay there for hours and hours.
Yeah. To get the kids out, probably.
Good. We'll just stay there and look around. Yeah.
You're in Epcot, eat and drink around the world.
So what they really need to do then is just put a restaurant next to places like the Boneyard and Honey, I Shrunk Your...
Yeah, where that
or at the very least, a bar, an outside bar facing
That would be a great idea, yeah. Boneyard bar.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I like that idea.
Crack on, kids. You take as much
That
time
would
as
take
you
more
want.
than Genie Plus.
There's a lot of digging to do.
It'd be the best big thing. It'd save Bob's career.
I think it's sketchy at the minute.
Yeah, you can have that one on us, definitely.
Yeah, we give him so many things, don't we? And he still doesn't, help
Still doesn't
himself
listen.
No. Okay, we've got your final question. Food and wine or flower and garden?
Ooh. Food and wine.
Yeah, I'm food and wine. Yeah. I don't think why we wouldn't be. Flower and garden's nice, and you do get a bit of art there as well. Time. But yeah, food and wine.
Yeah, it's a no-brainer.
Well, the second half of the title is a no-brainer for you.
Yeah, the wine.
Yeah. And I'll just have a bit of food.
And the wine.
And they do some nice beers as well.
And the wine.
I had a beer called, what was it called? It was called Hoppageddon. Up towards the American Pavilion, the last food and wine we went to. And it was beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I think it was very, very strong, but it was really nice. And it was accompanied by Oh, it was a lobster roll or a lobster and crab roll. Boston lobster and crab roll as well with that. Oh, it was beautiful.
You didn't finish it off with a funnel cake and...
Oh, I'm not that sweet. I've got really sweet tooth, but I don't do that sweet when we go to Disney. What do you do?
Funny one, yeah. He has got a really sweet tooth, but then when we go away...
I don't really do it. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Because it's disgusting.
Do you think it's just like the weather, the heat? It's just...
I think it'd just be like going down a slippery road. It's just like a gateway drug. If we're going to any sort of sweets in Disney, it'd just be like
do you go in,
the whole time. Just like,
do you go to the caramel shop in Germany, or do you avoid that?
I've never done that.
I walk near it, and then I just know I'm going to.
Yeah.
Well, that means no, I can't go.
Like Bisto kid, like.
It's the smell you walk past that just drags you in there.
I do like. Last time we were staying at Animal Kingdom Lodge, they did a peanut butter brownie cupcake.
Oh.
Yes.
I brought back to the room for you. And it must have been before we had Bo, because Brody had fallen asleep on you and you were asleep, and so I just ate it. That was nice.
Typical.
Most of the snacks you find at Animal Kingdom Lodge are
really
amazing.
nice.
We haven't done zebra domes yet, which we're going to do this time in May.
We
We're
always
going to do
look
it.
at them, though, we
Yeah, we go, let's get them. And then for some reason we don't. I don't know why.
You look at them now,
They're certainly-
$4.30 or something,
that's
and it's
probably what it is.
like, yeah.
I've only had them at Boma. When we've eaten at Boma, they have them on the buffet, on the desserts.
And you're going, it's like 4 Thorntons nice chocolates, but it's $4. So it's like,
Yeah.
They taste a bit like Baileys.
Yeah.
They've sort of got like almost like a Kahlua flavour to them. They're nice, but I wouldn't spend a lot of money on them.
No.
Yeah.
No.
People go
And
crazy.
especially Boma's got on the buffet, it makes a nice trip there.
You can have
Yeah, I think we might do both this time.
Yeah, I've always fancied
It's
doing
made
both.
Boma very tempting for the next trip.
Take a box and just...
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. Oh, I put a few too many on my plate. Can I box it up to go? Yeah.
Put it in your purse. Put it in your purse.
So if the zebra domes start disappearing from Animal Kingdom Lodge, we'll know why.
You know why? Yeah.
We've had to implement this policy due to one guest.
2 domes only.
Brilliant. Hey, do you know something? For the first Carousella Questions, that's been absolutely superb. And do you know something? I think you've led the way for other people who, do you know something? They're probably just taking notes now and thinking, "Oh, some of those questions are actually a little bit tougher than the first lot." So
Very tough.
Yeah. We expect in 10 minutes.
Right.
Not at all. Not at all.
John wrote them, so we're expecting 10 hours. But...
It's once a waffler, always a Waffler Lloyd.
Yeah.
That's what comes in there. And you've alluded to quite a bit within some of your answers as well, because you not long back from a family trip with 3 young children, which I think it deserves a medal in itself. But
yeah, we must be.
no, not at all. No, and I think this is a nice thing, because actually in some of our recent shows we've been trying to talk about planning for going again, which you've already got another trip booked.
Yeah.
But I think as well, some of you, I think for everybody who, I know Ben and Becca, you've done your vlog, and things are different, and I think this is where it's quite an important thing to understand it, particularly going with young children. How different was it? You went over Christmas, or in the run up to Christmas. I think it was a real special time for the kids as well. Tell us a bit about your trip, because that's all we asked you on here. Yeah. We want to know about your trip. That's it.
We're going to pick your brains. What do you next?
I think the first thing, which is the major difference, was pre-trip. There's one side was the uncertainty. Are we going to go? Which reflected the excitement about going, because the final hurdle to going is that LFT test the day before flying. So usually we're like a kid in the sweet shop, aren't we? We're like, it was so exciting, like weeks before, but this time we'd lost 3 holidays? How many we lost to COVID?
Yeah, I think this was our this holiday being arranged 3 times. I think
March, May, October. Yeah, so we'd lost 3.
4th time lucky, yeah.
And we thought we were going to get March. It didn't happen. And then we were thinking, we knew May would go, but we thought October would get, we didn't get. And so the excitement was different. It's all pinned. I'm excited, but we're holding it back, aren't we?
Yeah, and it wasn't just pinned on that final test the day before you go. Like, our children are school age, they're at primary school. We're not regularly testing them because you don't have to test primary school children in the UK. You're only testing them if they get symptoms. So we're even sort of anxious in the 2 weeks leading up to the holiday, thinking, oh, God, are they going to catch it?
You can't take them out of school. We start work from home a bit more on the lead up, but then the kids aren't. And then there was 4 different criteria for testing through our whole stay. So before we're going, we've got, there's Emma and myself, and there's Brody who's 5, there's Bo who's 3, and there's Roman who is 1. So there's different testing criteria based on age, so going into either country. So US, it was 4 of us, so it was our 3-year-old, 5-year-old, and us. How old are you?
Irrelevant point.
So that's Ella.
It keeps coming back to that, Emma. I'm not quite sure. You know,
it was her birthday Saturday, so I've just been winding her up.
Happy 21st, Emma. Let's leave it
The
at
answer
that.
is not as old as you, Lloyd.
Always.
That's all that matters.
Yeah, that's true. I'll just do that.
So 4 of us LFTs, 3 or 5-year-old, us 2, before we go into the US, day before we travel. Kids are in school. We did, I know Ben and Becky, you used Breathe Assured. We used
Cured, actually.
Oh, did you? We did the same.
Yeah, really good.
Yeah, very good. But basically, they only start doing their sessions because it's supervised test at 9 in the morning.
Yeah.
Kids are in school, so we had to do something from 3 in the afternoon for the testing. So we're going out to Heathrow that night because Daddy's found a way to save 1,500 quid, so we're flying Heathrow to Miami. Yeah, it's a massive inconvenience, but it
has to be done, Lloyd. Has to be done.
Yeah, so that was really stressful because we could only test once the children came out of school. So from like 3:30 onwards, but we were travelling down to Heathrow that evening, so we were like aiming in our own heads to
we just wanted to get on the road.
5. So we were literally rushing through the test and getting them done as soon as we could so that we could jump in the car and then go.
Went into the first waiting room of whatever it was, E2 or whatever it was, and then nothing. Past the appointment time. 10 minutes rolls by, because we did in 10 minutes apart.
We had all our appointments back.
Rolls into the next appointment. I'm stressing, going, we missed that first appointment now. No one's come into it. So we opened up another window because it Brody and Bo for Bo. His appointment suddenly pops up. So like, I'm getting Emma, do that appointment. Bo,
we literally
I was stressing. I was like,
we had 4 lots of tests to do. We literally had 3 different computers open.
Different screens going.
What a nightmare.
Do this and set a timer for this and write on this. And we're like, oh, this is. I need Stephen Hawking here to just.
It was absolutely carnage.
But the main thing is they all pop up and you don't see that first line come.
Yep.
And then when it gets to about that point of that first line, because the liquid's there, it goes a bit darker at the time, and you're going, oh my God. And then it goes past, you're like, great, first one done. 3 tests later, all 4 done, great. Sent off to Cured, great. Get in the car, drive down to Heathrow, get excited. But then it's like, Emma, you're going to have to drive because I'm going to have to, when these certificates come back, are you going to be able to upload them to the Verifly app? Well, so I'll do it then. So Emma drove down. So I'm going, beep, beep, beep. The certificates come back, Verifly app. So that was the first big difference. It was the night before, get everything sorted. Once everything's uploaded to Verifly, we could check in online. Great. Sorted. Got to the Premier in Bath Road. Yeah, fine. Lovely. You know, as lovely as £39 a night can get you. It's fine. It's close. It's got everything you need. The next major difference is basically just the mask in the airport.
Well, we'll just talk about testing.
Yeah.
We then, when we got there, so we had to test 2 or 3.
The 4 different levels, yeah.
But obviously America tests, well, they vaccinate children over 5, which is different here. So that meant if you're double jabbed, you didn't have to test. So we didn't have to test on day 2 or 3, but it meant our eldest son did have to.
No, Brody and Bo had to test.
Both of them?
So we had to test them
that was quite traumatic.
Within 3 days of the holiday. So that was test number 2. So I've got away with myself here. So yeah, testing. Before we came home, different criteria again, just me and Emma. And then when we were back, the PCR over 5s. So me, Emma and Brody.
Yeah,
so we got all 4 of us, 2 boys, 3 of us, and then 4 of us coming back.
Yeah.
What a
It's quite
nightmare.
a lot to get your head around as a family.
It's a minefield. Do you think that
confusing?
Either everyone gets tested or none of you get tested. It's just hopefully by the time the next trip rolls around, it'll all be simpler. We hope.
Now coming home, we don't need to. There's no test until we come back.
Yeah.
Which is cool. We're still going to test going into the US in May when we go.
Yeah, the other difference that like you were just going to go on to was the masks.
Yeah.
So in UK, children don't have to wear masks, but the children were expected to wear masks.
Oh yeah, because the US airspace.
So even though our children are 5 and 3, they still have to wear masks, which I think is too young. Really,
3's too young. Keeping a mask on a 3-year-old.
5.
Yeah, but they're very good, and they would play. It was almost like playing a game of copy mum and dad, wasn't it? So we got matching masks with. We got them from the WW outlet actually. So they're all Christmas matching Disney masks. So the boys did wear them, but they started getting funny on the plane and.
Yeah, I think the main thing with the plane, we were quite lucky because we flew British Airways, was it?
Yeah.
So because it was an American flight, the boys were expected to wear the masks for the duration of the flight. It's 9 hours for a 5 and a 3-year-old. It's a long time to wear a mask. Yeah. However, because it was a British cabin crew, even though all adults were expected to wear the mask, and the children were on paper, they did turn a blind eye to the children. I think because they were
within reason, weren't they?
Yeah, within reason. Because they were British crew, they had a British mindset, maybe because children in this country don't wear them. They just did turn a blind eye, and it wasn't just our children; it was as a whole on the plane. So that was a relief to us as a family. Coming back on the other side, it was even more of a relief that they were sort of laid back about the children on the plane, because the American airports were very, very strict on the children wearing masks, extremely strict. So when we arrived in America, for example, and we're going through security at border control, they would make the children take down their masks to check their appearance, and then the security guard would very specifically say, now put your mask back on. And that was to our 3-year-old, and we're like, oh gosh, right, okay, put your mask back on. And it just meant on the return flight home, by the time we got on the plane, they'd already worn the masks for almost 3 hours in the airport, going through security checks, baggage checking, wandering around. Like, they were already done by the time we got on the plane, and then to ask them to wear it for the 7-hour flight home, it's too much. It's too much. It's not pleasant for an adult. So for a 3-year-old, it's just...
Yeah. But they played ball where they needed to, which was good.
Yeah.
And it's just one of those things. And hopefully, because of HEPA filters on planes and things, they'll do. Certainly, if you're sitting in a row of 3 with your own family, you might start looking at it a bit more logically.
But Disneyland wasn't too bad. Disney World wasn't too bad, was it? Because it was outdoors, no masks, indoors, wearing masks, and our kids were pretty accustomed by that point to kind of keep on putting them on and off. You're outdoors quite a lot. There's quite a lot of relief for them.
Yeah, it felt, apart from the mask mandate for indoors in Disney, do you know what? It didn't feel much different when we were there.
No.
Really?
Yeah.
That's good.
It was, Disney falls into 2 counties, so one's got a mask mandate or did have, and one doesn't. So I know Disney does a blanket, but certainly, if we were in the hotel, we had open plan or outside facing rooms for our 2 hotel stays. So coming out the room, it wasn't a case of put your mask on, boys, or we put our mask on. That was kind of nice. And if we go around to the pool, the mask didn't appear.
That's true, actually. That probably did help us a lot, having outdoor-facing rooms, that we weren't kind of walking out our room into a corridor where you've got to wear them instantly.
Yeah,
didn't feel it there. It was only sort of, if we were going in somewhere, we'd put them on, like we do here, going into Tesco's or somewhere. So it didn't feel too different. And then, obviously, in the county, without a mask mandate, you go into Target, and it was kind of 50-50. We'd put them on, but we'd kind of gauge the boys whether they wanted to or not, because it wasn't the law there. And certainly driving up from Miami, south with no mask mandate, the first service station we stopped up on the drive up, went in there. It's a new experience walking in. No one was wearing a mask. Sheriff's deputy walks in. You go, I was wearing a mask, and I've just, you always feel funny if someone of the law walks in. Let me walk through customs. I've got nothing dodgy in my bag, but I always feel a bit. The sheriff's deputy walked in, no mask on, walking around, and it's like, right, okay, this is the norm.
I'd say there are. I think there's so much more laid back about the whole COVID thing from what I saw in Florida. I mean, at home, I was really taken aback that we'd go to like the local supermarket, Target or whatever, and I don't know what it's like where you live, but they've got all these our local Tesco hygiene stations, and you wipe down your basket and you wipe down your trolley, and you can do your hands and sanitize and things, and on you go. So I arrived at Target ready to like sanitize my trolley because we're being super careful, because I'm in the back of my head thinking I can't catch COVID, I need to get home. So, and then literally looking around like, where's the sanitizing station? Non-existent, literally non-existent.
Or you go to one and there's nothing in it.
Yeah, but they didn't have like a station to wipe down anything.
Oh, they didn't have a station to wipe down. No.
Yeah.
And that's just kind of the way it was. It was so much laid back than in the UK.
It's kind of nice because if we've got our own hand once and we're worried about ourselves, really, in the scheme of things there, not to feel selfish, but then it's kind of nice to kind of forget about it, but it's...
Yeah.
You always had one with you, didn't you?
Yeah. I forget that it existed there, because I don't think they're as hot on it as what we are. So I think unless you're in the know, obviously you're aware people sometimes wear masks, sometimes not. Other than that, everyone's very chilled and laid back about it all, I'd say. Yeah, so I'd say go. When you're there, you feel pretty safe.
Yeah.
Did you feel the magic when you were there?
Yeah. Yeah, there's different reasons why sometimes it didn't. I feel, and I've probably said this in podcasts on the show before, Disney's feeling busier and busier and busier all the time. And we used to go, and before the kids, we'd go September all the time because it was the best kept secret. And then all these forums popping up and get more popular. And then suddenly on the dib, it's like, go September. And then everyone goes September, and then go there. And then everyone's going every quiet month. So it's complete saturation, and it's just busy. And I think that takes a little bit away from it in the parks, but we kind of, in a way now, where we feel it from the resorts and just being in the bubble, so to speak.
Yeah, as opposed to the parks. We like the resorts and take enjoyment from our surroundings.
Yeah, and we feel it there. It's what we like. So, we kind of move away a little bit from the parks in our trips these days.
Yeah, I think in recent years we've just spent a lot of time just taking and using the hotel facilities, haven't we? Taking enjoyment from that
They're just as magical. The cast members are just as good. If not, they're more focused in their roles sometimes, in certain positions, and the facility, it's just the quality. And
so, for example, something that we've started to experience recently that we hadn't previously is the resorts community halls. So the halls that are really geared up for the children and the families. Never stepped foot in one until this. I think it was this trip.
Yeah, it was the first time I've ever been.
First time. So we first went to the community hall at Old Key West. Yeah. Our kids, age 5 and 3, loved it. Literally, every single day we had a request from our eldest child to go. So it's just a big community hall, like loads of arts and crafts around, lots of free little activities for them. Free, yes. Activities for them to do. There are paid activities to do as well,
but
which
they're not too expensive. It's a nominal fee,
it's just a nominal fee to do some extra arts and crafts. But we found that there was plenty of free things to do that we didn't really have to go into the paid element. Arts and crafts, books around, little games. Yeah,
and the cast members, we remember our boys, and then one even changed resort. She went from Old Key West to Saratoga Springs, and when we changed resort, we walked in, and it was Christmas Day.
Wow!
We walked in Christmas Day afternoon, and walked in, and she turned around, and she went, "My boys," like that.
Oh, lovely.
She just made up to see them. It was just amazing, wasn't she? And then she came. We said, we're not going to stay for long tonight. The boys want to see the arcade because it's got a big arcade. And she spoke to a supervisor, and a supervisor came back with 2 arcade cards with $10 on each.
Oh,
so go and experience it.
Yeah.
Which I've still got, because Christmas Day, I don't know if this is every resort, you go in the arcade, it's free play.
Free.
Well, yeah, we don't confirm that, but when we went in the arcade, we started playing, and then we sort of had this realization.
Won't take my money.
And then both kept on getting goes. And we were like, he was going like playing on all these games, like we're never not giving him any money. And we realised that every single game in the place was free. And then we're thinking, what's this? And no one else was in there.
Yeah.
But then we sort of put 2 and 2 together, and we might have got this wrong, but we thought because it was Christmas Day, they might have turned everything off and made all the games free. I don't know. Yeah. That's just a guess.
But... So we've still got the two $10
so we never spent the $10 cards.
For when we go back this time, which would be nice for her. Oh. Yeah. But that was just lovely. It was just out of the blue. You know, she just came along and did that.
And they got Christmas hampers.
Oh yeah, and Christmas little bags and stuff.
Chocolates and colouring sets.
But that was lovely, and that's magical for them, and we loved it as well, didn't we? It was just nice just to feel that sort of warmth.
Well, we had to stay with them, so you have to supervise them and stay with them. But it just meant the staff did take over, and they kind of showed them and looked after them, showed them bits and pieces. So it was a little bit of like relief for us. Like we did have to be there, but the staff did sort of take them under the wing and kind of show.
I just went and did a bit of colouring. Oh yeah, I was tracing, wasn't I, on the light box? Like was Elsa, yeah. Oh wow.
So yeah, that's definitely.
That was nice. Yeah, so we do feel it, and we felt it in the park. I still got emotional going towards Tomorrowland, as I always do. Yeah, you know, so it is still there. I just think, in general, just the not necessarily the lines, because we had a good experience with line times, but I think it's just the amount of people around. It didn't used to feel like that.
The other magical thing that we got emotional about was the Christmas tree in Grand Floridian. We like that.
Oh yeah, that's the Christmas.
We had a really gorgeous family picture in front of that. That was cute. Wasn't it?
We like the Christmas tree in Grand Floridian, don't we?
Yeah. So yeah,
it is definitely busier than it has been. I think it's just everyone's trips cancelled for so long.
Yeah,
and it's probably going to be next year or so where it's just going to be busy.
Do you not think just the communal areas feel like there's more people in them?
Just everywhere seems a lot busier, and I don't know what it is, but everyone's going for the 50th. Everyone's just thinking, okay, I've put off my trip for 2019, 2020. Everyone's, and it's just a few things and things should have been opened up by now. We should have had Tron, we should have had Guardians, so that would have taken people away. So it's
when we went to Magic Kingdom on the 22nd December. We're expecting it to be crazy. Got Genie Plus. And when we didn't have Genie Plus, the line when we went in for a rope drop, and the lines weren't bad, but there was people everywhere. But we 5 minutes on Buzz Lightyear. Our longest was 10 minutes on It's a Small World, wasn't it? And Journey Under the Sea was 5 minutes as well. Yeah. But we've come off these things, and I don't know what it is. There just seem to be people everywhere, which is strange.
It's weird because the queues have changed. Where Peoplemover is because of the social distancing they used to do, they seem to still do that in a little bit of a way, where all the lines, for Big Thunder, goes all the way back,
moves out
and moves.
Yeah. Tomorrowland certainly experiences that still. Even Buzz Lightyear, it was out.
Buzz is a big one. Enforcing a metre or a 2 metre rule, but I think people's natural instincts are to kind of hold back a tiny bit. So times that by a few 100 or 1,000 or whatever, then you are creating a ginormous line, aren't you? Yeah.
Have they still got perspex screen, the queues? And...
Some, not all. I think they've taken a lot of them down.
Are they still there in Pirates?
No, I think they've removed quite a lot of them. But I can't remember exactly. I remember seeing some, but not in all situations. It's a bit half and half.
It's Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger spin, isn't it? Yeah, some would come down, some were up. They're down on all the ride vehicles now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, because Jungle Cruise, I was sitting shoulder to shoulder with people, or back to normal. Or Jingle Cruise, sorry.
Yeah. Yeah. And what did the kids make of it? That's my most exciting part of this, because you've got 3 young kids. You've already said that the magic came to them, which I was really intrigued of, because in our start of the month February show, Josh and Joe did a bit, and one of the things that they mentioned was the fact that when you're staying on resort, it's quite often some of the things that the cast members do, and then some of the activities that they do that my kids remember. And they're much older, and I'm intrigued that sort of that bit of magic is existing for your kids and giving them that lift towards going back again.
Yeah.
And what was it like in the park? What was it like in the parks for them? That's what I'm really wanting to know.
Do you know what? It's probably the parks was that was they liked the rides when they were on them.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It was kind of like they were more inclined, or they felt more enthused about the community hall. And the activities there.
I think that's because our kids are quite sociable children. They're quite confident children, and they're quite sociable. So I think having that human interaction in the community hall, that's what they kind of feed off, is that communication with people. So I think maybe it's just the age, because they're kind of quite needy and they like a lot of attention, which obviously the cast members gave them in the hotels, very kind of over the top in their American way. Gave them lots of attention and lots of treats, which they like. So they prefer the hotel as opposed to parks. But Brody doesn't cope well with the heat, so that was really, really affected him. Like we've not been on holiday since he was a baby, obviously because of COVID. So when we arrived and you're smacked with that Floridian heat, even though it's supposedly cooler, he was just like, "What on earth is this?" Like, he's used to cold, rainy England, so he wasn't accustomed to.
Yeah, he's like you. He doesn't like the heat.
So
some of the experience.
When we're in the parks, I think that's why you had a meltdown.
But in the parks, some of the experience, it was like Tomorrowland Speedway, which is now a bit sort of pedestrian for us after it's years and 20 years ago riding that. But for them, they're driving a car, which they've never been go-karting.
They love that.
Yeah, and it's really like that. Even Bo, who's 3, he was sitting in the driver's seat. I had to reach the pedal for him.
But again, it's that interaction. It's an interactive ride. They're getting involved in it. So anything like that on that level where they can take part, they love rather than being affected.
But that really that blew the mind. And it's like we're driving a car here.
Yeah.
And Mummy and Daddy are sitting in the passenger seat.
It'd be interesting it'd be interesting to know what they remember. Because when we took Millie and she was like 4 or 5, I thought she would remember everything. And even now we talk about it and she just doesn't remember the stuff that I thought she would remember. She remembers certain things, and she remembers specific interactions that have really stuck in her head. But general things like, particular rides or, shows and stuff, she just doesn't remember, which I'm shocked. But, that her brain is just... It hasn't retained it, which is really sad. But I remember it, and I was like, "Yeah, we've done this," and she's like,
I
don't remember, Mummy.
We found, like, maybe the memories aren't laying down tracks, but certainly we took Brody very young, a couple of times. I think 7 months and a year and a half, maybe something like that. And it's doing something with the synapses, because we found like every time after those 2 weeks, he was just coming on. There's something about being there. I think it's
the overstimulation, isn't it? In the multi-sensory stimulation that happens, the smells, the sights, the sounds.
Do you think they can sense something though? Do you think they can sense something on an underlying level? Because the good vibes and enthusiasm, like grown-ups.
I think they probably feed off the positivity that happens as a family while you're there, and certainly I think that's what my kids have felt is that it's. You do obviously see some people having a meltdown and having a bicker as a family, but generally people there having a good time, and certainly the memories we have are as a positive family experience. I always joke that my kids are never better friends than when we're in Walt Disney World or in a Disney park. They're suddenly like besties. And always have been, which is bizarre. It's because like they can be at each other's throats, and then we'll walk into the Magic Kingdom and suddenly they're holding hands down the road. But there is something, subconscious level of positivity, happiness, relaxation, and escapism that obviously kids absorb as well, whether they are aware of it or not. So I think there probably is something in it.
Yeah, the thing, Brody, when we went to Universal, when was it, 2019? Wow, almost 3 years ago now. Wow, COVID's like the Marvel blip, isn't it?
Totally, yeah.
How long?
Pre-COVID.
I wasn't here.
Yeah, PC.
Yeah. So all he remembers from that is the sliding door in the Cabana Bay family suite.
It's the simple things, Lloyd, isn't it? The simple things. That's it.
I think it's get his own space. I want my own space again when we go on holiday. I don't want to share a room with Mummy and Daddy.
Yeah. I think as well, you're probably on your last trip as well, the character interactions are very different, aren't they? So, you say you've got sociable kids, that they strike me as the type of children that if you had that sort of proper meet and greet, you would have such amazing fun with characters prior to COVID. Because it could become the most amazing experience that the characters really make your holiday come alive. And once that returns, that will be another massive step forward, because I think it strikes me if you could have some amazing fun with some children. Some of the characters could have those moments where you get some amazing photos and amazing video as well.
Yeah, we've always integrated Ohana breakfast in the past, haven't we? It was a shame we do that, every time. And you got Mickey there for a start, haven't you? And then we can take or leave some of the others, but you've got Mickey on that.
The only thing we did try to do, which was available character-wise, and it's not a character, but it's go and see Santa, at the toy, what's the toy store?
Yeah.
Disney Springs.
And it was very underwhelming, I have to be honest. I was a bit like,
this was a free one, it was a virtual queue and everything.
I was very disappointed with Disney. I know it's COVID and it was like keeping a social distance.
He's sitting there all day, there wasn't he, at a distance from people.
So he's paid to do a job.
Santa on the cavalcade. I did like.
Which one?
Santa on the cavalcade. As it was coming past the Magic Kingdom.
What, the parade?
Maybe he just likes being on the cavalcade. That's what it is. Santa just likes being on the outdoors. A little bit of a trip down there.
I was like, that's the real Santa there. I didn't feel it was real Santa.
See, he did me, Lloyd. I got done for that way back. Was it 2008? I got done for that time.
Yeah, and Santa in Magic Kingdom is Santa, full stop.
It's the most beautiful feeling as a dad. It's the most beautiful feeling on earth. It really is. And I've said it before. I'm not going to repeat it again because it's February. Do you know something? That's a cracking thing to come back to.
Yeah.
Because you kind of get on the plane and you feel in that you're already sort of in that the holiday's over mood, aren't you?
Yeah, so you get to the airport.
Yeah, and you actually, when you leave, you need that high in order to get on the plane.
Yeah.
With that buzz and to have that feeling that when you're on the plane, it's like, right, we need to book the next one.
Yeah, we did that in Vegas. We've done Florida. We've done Orlando, Disney World 6 nights. We've done a cruise 7 nights. And then we flew from Miami to Las Vegas for 4 nights at the end, and then it was the end of the honeymoon.
Yeah.
So we just got to the airport.
No, but remember what you said to me when we got to the airport? He was so sad that it was over. He was like nearly crying. And then we got to the airport and he was like, we'd literally run out of money. Like, we'd taken cash with us and we'd run out. We'd had the best time ever. We treated ourselves to loads of gifts and loads of souvenirs. Like, we'd really gone to town, but we'd spent a fortune. So in the airport, we literally had no money left. And then we just felt so sad. We hit the bar and we were like, just honestly intending just to have one drink before we like got on the plane. Yeah. But there was another couple that were there that were kind of ready to party. And we just kind of got like carried away with them, didn't we? And ended up like drinking loads, just whacking it on the credit card. We were on the holiday to them, but we literally had no money left.
But that was the only reason I was able to get on the plane without crying or being dragged on. You're absolutely right, John. You need that, this time we did kind of the holiday, leaving Saratoga Springs, leaving Walt Disney World, leaving the bubble, and going to stay to an interim hotel halfway to Miami, just to cut the travel distance to the airport the next day when the hotel wasn't really much. It was a nice big room, but it was just kind of like, we've ended the holiday a day early here for no reason.
Yeah. Don't stay at that hotel. I feel like a bit like crawling, like.
Yeah.
I didn't even want to put my clothes. Like, there was a nice couch. Well, not a nice couch. There was a couch, and I didn't even want to put my clothes on the couch. I was like,
it was a huge room, and it had like, it was almost like a junior suite where you had the beds one end, you had a couch and dining lounge the other end. But because it had not been sort of refurbed in
40 years,
30 years, you align that with it being unclean.
Well, it doesn't help when you've gone from a newly refurbished room in Saratoga, which was like pristine and gorgeous,
it was like,
and then you've got such an extreme jump down the other end of the scale to a room that's not been refurbed for 30 years. Like, I think ordinarily I would have still been a bit like, ooh, but the fact that we'd gone from one extreme to the other, I was really like,
I could have gone further down the scale. This was a Hilton Garden Inn. There was lots of others.
It was much worse. Yeah. Sounds like the sticky floor club kind of.
Yeah. That's quite an interesting one though, because a lot of people pay so much attention when they, and this is a Miami thing, and we've been for the similar reason that you can save a lot of money flying from London into Miami.
Yeah, lots.
We've done that route. We've done the staying over halfway up on arrival. We've also done the alternative of coming back down. That coming back down from Orlando, that sort of 5-hour drive on the day of your flight, I've got to say, is one where I personally, because of the road, I would never recommend it, because when that road grinds to a standstill, it's at a standstill for hours, and you don't want to be looking at your flight time. We actually did a stopover at Disney's was it Vero Beach?
Yeah, that's what we're doing this time.
Yeah, on the way back down to Miami, and that for us was it was kind of a little halfway house, you know, where you just feel we've left that little bit of Orlando magic.
Yeah.
We're just dipping our little toe into the last little semblance of Disney before we have to get back in the car, and it worked. It worked much better for us. But that whole journey back is something that I don't feel a lot of people talk about, because it is such a difficult one to get right, and it's a difficult one to actually plan for.
I think it is a trial and error, isn't it?
So we were kind of Dania Beach, which is just north of Hollywood Beach, which is north of Fort Lauderdale, or south of Fort Lauderdale? North of Fort Lauderdale.
North, it'd be north, wouldn't it?
Like 35 minutes to Miami International Airport, so it was great. So no stress in the morning, got the cases together, checkout was 12, you've got plenty of time. We were still kind of late to the airport, because Miami...
it's just...
You go and drop your bloody car off, and then there's a monorail to get to the terminal with 3 kids and all the cases. Yeah. To get from the car rental centre to the main tour. It's like, and then
Lloyd, it's better than it was. It used to be by a bus, so I'm quite thankful that monorail's plussed it up for me. I must admit.
You know what? If they hadn't put that in, I'd be considering ordering a taxi to wait for us to take us to a different car rental place. I got me Alamo from Miami.
Just slightly off site.
Just so I can get all the cases on a trolley from over and in a car.
I remember trying to drive in and find the car return. Straight forward at Miami, and when you're returning your car and the system, you have to go around to try and drive in.
We were straight. It's like that. It's like a weird sort of like app on your phone. Click left or right now. Which one? No,
left lane.
I must say though, is for every penny or every pound that you save on the flight, it's well worth it. To us, it's been well worth it, because what it's actually afforded us is the ability to do so much more during the course of a holiday that we couldn't budget for elsewhere. So when the saving is so big going into Miami, because it's quite a big business route from London. I hadn't actually been aware of that, and there's so many business flights going that it's not the tourist trek to Orlando or Tampa.
We ended up with the flight because we booked during the COVID pandemic, and actually flights from Manchester to Orlando were not happening. So
but
weren't working.
It comes with risk though. So if you choose this route, your airline's not going to cancel it. Or weren't going to cancel it. We're kind of out of a nice end at the moment. You can see like this. So you're not necessarily going to get a full refund. You're going to have to go through insurance. Now, BA were nice enough. We had this route booked because I'm quite frugal previously in COVID. And because the restrictions hadn't changed, BA understood their customers and went, right, if you want to cancel this, let us know. And it's full refund.
Yeah.
Really cool, which we've done in the past. But this time, I don't mind saying it was £1,500 saving. I'm doing
massive though, isn't it? It's massive.
Let's just point out that we did have a horrendous journey going to Florida. When we came back, I was like, Lloyd, I'm not sure I want to go to fly to Miami again. And Lloyd was saying to me, but Emma, it's a huge saving. I was like, I really don't know.
It was a perfect storm. So we hit Miami, coming into rush hour. The kids are very slow, so we took ages getting out of the airport. So we took 2 hours from landing to get out of the airport. Right in rush hour. And now we're out in Miami, Then there was an accident on the turnpike.
Yeah.
Oh.
So it was across country, and then US 27. Whereas as soon as you start getting to the major towns, that's like traffic light. Traffic light. I was like, when are we going to get out of this town? Traffic light. 5 more traffic lights, so another 5 minutes for each one, 25 minutes, right? Looking at like Google Maps.
More traffic lights than that.
We're looking at Google Maps. We've got 15 miles
miles
until the next town.
Crazy, isn't it?
Floor it next 15 miles. Next town, Haynes City. Like traffic light.
Yeah. And see, that's the reason why Claire will never go to Miami ever again.
And whereas getting off the plane,
and I will always go to Miami if it saved me £1,500.
Yeah. Whereas I'll happily go to Tampa, because actually, even though you hit Tampa if you fly in BA into Tampa, I think
is it? Tampa's
you arrive at like 3:30, 4:45, and you do
Yeah.
hit a little bit of traffic coming through Tampa. By the time you've got your car, it's 4:30. You hit that little bit of rush hour for 20 minutes, but then it's a straight run. 45 minutes later, you're in the bottom end of the 192. And Tampa Airport is so lovely. And I know I bang on about it, but it is the nicest airport I've ever been to, other than I think probably Dubai. It's the people are nice, the people are friendly, it's clean, it's quiet, it's got the best attraction in the whole of all of Florida, and the monorail to get your car. It's brilliant. So I wouldn't go into Miami now, I'm afraid, even if it's saving that amount of money.
This segment has been brought to you by the Tampa International Airport.
You know what?
Officially sponsored by Claire.
That's all right. I have no issue saying how great it is there.
We've only ever flown into MCO, so
they
haven't got Tampa.
Don't know you're born, you two. Don't know you're born.
I think we did have a terrible experience, didn't we? Because we had a 5-hour journey up to Orlando when we thought it was only going to be 3, which with 3 little kids in the car, 2 hours extra is a lot. And then on the way back, obviously, I've already said that I didn't like the hotel we stayed in.
But it was an easy drive, though, wasn't it? Because it was nice and.
So I was done. I was done with Miami. I'm not doing this again. No way.
We're doing it in May.
Yeah, I
know. How
are
you?
Emma's meeting you in Orlando, Lloyd. That's it. Emma's flying direct. She'll meet you there with the kids.
We're trying to mix it up, and we're dropping into Vero Beach, like you've said.
And then, then Margaritaville further down. But when we land, though, we're landing later, and we're just going to that first night we're going to power through.
Yeah.
We're going to get to Saratoga. No, what we saying first? Saratoga Springs, and we're just going to wake up. The kids won't mind. We'll wake up in Saratoga Springs next morning, and it'll be like we're here.
Yeah, so we're going to try it one more time, but with a slightly different approach, and then we'll give you a summary as to what the final conclusion.
Yeah, let us know how you get on.
Price them with 2 different options, and then we'll take it from there. But it's a funny one, isn't it? Because, like you say, there's a huge saving, but there are huge disadvantages as well. So it's trying to make it work both ways.
Yeah. How did you find the car hire this time? Because obviously it's gone up ridiculous prices and everything since.
Do you know what? We did the May booking and this booking during COVID. So we got really good deals. We did the BA, they don't call it fly drive. It was just BA flight plus car, whatever name they give to it. And it was pretty good. You know, December was ridiculously cheap. December was the flights plus an SUV. A lot. It was the code on BA works out differently to Virgin and Alamo because it was through budget. And the SUV was actually a luxury SUV. It wasn't the full size one, but it was sort of an intermediate or medium one, but it was the luxury version of it. So we got like a Buick. I can't remember what it's called now, but it was beautiful. It was really, really nice. We got a slow puncture halfway through, so we had to change it to something which was awful. but it was a beautiful car. But yeah, so we found the car hire integrated into the whole flight cost wasn't too bad this time. When I've looked independently, because I was thinking, well, we're not there yet. I'll look at individual flights again because I can still cancel. The car hire is astronomical, isn't it? Yeah. It's ridiculous. But our car hire this time is we've got, I think we've got the standard SUV, which is something like a Toyota RAV4, something like that, which might stretch us with the 3 kids and all our cases.
It's the baggage, it's the luggage.
Yeah, so what we're going to do is we take Emma's car down to Heathrow. We're flying from Heathrow again to save money. But Emma's car, the Sportage, I think is the lower of the range over there. So if we can fit all the luggage in Emma's car, we'll be all right going.
That's the theory.
But then coming back, we might.
I love this. I love this level of pre-planning here. This is taking it to the nth degree. I love it.
There, but coming back with the extra soft cases and stuff like that, we might have to post one of the kids home. Yeah. Not funny story, not funny story. It's bad planning. But when we change resorts, we can't take the twin buggy with us that we rent.
Won't fit in the car.
It won't fit in the car.
So I'm going to have to walk.
So this time that did. Brody put his knees up, didn't he? And so I got it across the middle of the middle part of the SUV.
So he's going to drive with the kids
so
and
this time
luggage, and I've got to
we changed from Saratoga to Animal Kingdom Lodge. So Emma's going to have to go walk from Saratoga or get the boat, whatever you fancy doing, to Disney Springs and get the bus to Disney Springs.
Oh, God.
Do you want to say
Emma,
How do I carry
Just get an
Emma,
Uber.
do it on your own and stop off at the boathouse and at Jock Lindsay's. And just make a little bar call.
Hours.
Yeah.
He said, I've just seen what I've had. I've had a couple of drinks and the bartender's lovely.
Dockside Bar, glass of moonshine from Art Smith. You know what? It'd be perfect. Be a nice afternoon on your own.
Yeah, I know. I might just disappear for a couple of hours.
Yeah. As long as you get there and you get the pushchair, that's fine.
That's the benefit of staying at Saratoga. Just a short walk away.
Exactly.
But if Emma's not in the car, you can get the pushchair in the car, so Emma can just go on her own.
So you can put it in the front seat.
Yeah.
Those doubles too large.
There's a plan. There's a plan being hatched here. There really is.
We can work it out, Emma. I'm sure that Becky can drink and.
This is like Tetris, isn't it?
Just a Tetris.
They will. Yeah.
So we could do that.
You could just drop your luggage off.
Yeah,
for them
drop the buggy off and ask them to transport it over for you.
That's a good point. And one case and one child.
I don't know why we didn't think of that.
To do it.
That's the easy thing to do.
It is, but it's a tip, and I'm always uncomfortable. What do I tip them for bringing my luggage to me?
$1 per bag.
Yeah, $1 or $2 per bag.
Or get them to take your luggage and put the buggy in your car so that you've got the buggy in case you need to take the kids out.
Yeah. So we can put by then, 6 days in, we'll have a dirty washing suitcase anyway, won't we? That one, another one. Yeah.
When you do the washing at Saratoga, have you got a studio or have you got a one bed?
Who does washing on holiday?
We've got a studio, but we will use the.
Fair.
I do.
We'll use the laundry.
I'd bring everything home clean if I can.
Yeah, we're the same.
Wash it all before you come home, and then you don't have to do that horrible thing when you get home.
But I have to be honest, literally coming home this time, it took me almost a week to get
But
that's the thing.
We get the Hobbit.
This is the middle of winter.
We get the
we
habit.
have the same issue.
We take our soft bag, our soft holder, and that tends to be the dirty laundry thing. So we get in the habit of just forcing it in there, and then it's a big thing, and we just stick on the plane coming back, and we don't have to worry about it.
Oh my God, can you imagine coming home? There's no washing to do. That'd be amazing.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah, you still have to do the ironing if you do the ironing.
We're going to try it.
It's great. That's one of the things that's why we have a villa, and
we're going to try that this trip. We're going to try that this trip.
It's so nice knowing that you haven't got cases full of dirty clothes.
Yeah, that's a good point, actually. Yeah.
Do you want to know the other thing as well, which the kids might pick up on? This is a little one as well, because the detergent in America smells differently. So whenever you get home,
it's a holiday.
Get home, and the kids put the clothes on that have been washed in America. It's like, it still smells of the holidays. And it's like, we're back in Florida. It might be raining at home and stuff like that, but it instantly takes them back there. It's really
we did that on our first Target trip. So we did that like day one. Target, let's get the essentials. With DVC, so let's get loads of food and things like that. Yeah. And we got a bag of Tide, didn't we? Tide little capsules. Yeah. We didn't use in the end. I know we used a couple in the sink. We do a bit of sink washing, like old school.
Yeah, like emergency.
Like Widow Twanky.
Actually, some of the Disney resorts as well, in particular, the laundry facilities are absolutely exceptional.
They're brilliant. Right.
What you'll find is you can actually, I'm even thinking back to when we stayed at, I think it was the yacht club, and we were poolside doing the laundry. And it was in one of the little pools, and the laundry room was really good. You go and do your laundry. You then go sit out for a little bit of sun. You then keep changing the washing over. This and it is such a.
There's an app on your phone now. I think.
Now, so you can just this result tells you when it's done.
Yeah, but it's an easy thing to do, and it's like a little hidden perk, and it's something that maybe a lot of people don't think of doing. But I'm with Claire. When you get to it, if you're doing an off-site villa, everything's washed, and it really does make a massive difference.
Yeah.
Massive difference when you get home. But
when we originally started going to Disney, it was just the two of us.
Yeah.
But that was fine. So the washing was a bit of a shock when we got home. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah. It's the kids washing, isn't it, in particular?
Yeah. The t-shirts with chocolate ice cream down them and stuff.
Yeah.
10 days.
The outfits on a day, and obviously Beau would
only I wear the same t-shirt / underwear for 4 or 5 days.
Beau wasn't quite. He was in the middle of potty training, so we had a few accidents and stuff, didn't we? So it was a lot of washing. It was a lot. So we'll take that tip.
You can take that tip. I'll take the boys to the pool.
Yeah, I knew that. Our mum does the washing. Yeah.
Right, you can stick the app on and go and sit at the bar, Emma.
I've failed again.
Yeah. This is a win-win all round for you, Emma, isn't it? It's like whenever Lloyd's sort of giving you all them handy Floridian tips.
If you guys not told me, I'd just do what he says. You told me to wash, and I'm like, okay. Instead, I can go and have a drink.
Yeah, that usually works. I think for certainly for Claire now, that's the preferred option.
Do you know what you're talking about, John?
No,
always has a drink.
I'm the same.
Yeah,
you're on holiday.
No,
exactly. Calories don't count on holiday.
No.
You walk them off. That's what it is.
Exactly. Yeah. You've believed them off in Disney. I believed them off.
They magic. They magic away.
Magically disappear.
Yeah.
Oh, brilliant. Joe, it's been such a lovely chat with both of you. It really has. And I would love it. It'd be lovely to get you both back on again, just to be part of the planning of your next trip, and just to be part of that whole sort of expectation, excitement, and that growing sort of awareness that it might all happen, because I think everyone's been starved of that. It's that whole thing where nobody's really known for a couple of years now of when are we going to be allowed out? Are we going to have to stay in? Are we going to be locked in? Are we going to be whatever? So
I think you should extend that an open invitation to Lloyd and Emma.
Absolutely. I think
they want, actually. You're always welcome.
Oh, thank you very much. That, Claire. And do you know what? You guys have, you've kept the magic going throughout COVID, and watching Ben and Becca's vlogs now. Seeing people back in the magic. It's lovely to watch.
It feels weird. Just things being back to normal.
Apart from the episode we lost all your footage.
Oh, I know. It had to happen.
I don't know where it went. We're going to end up finding it one day.
Yeah. It's what happens when you have too many SD cards. You're not sure which one's on which.
Yeah. Seth Rogen might have stolen it and sold it to someone.
It's probably on the,
wasn't that interesting.
It's probably on the dark web somewhere.
Yeah.
No,
it's been footage you were taking?
No.
And it's I still chip in. Waffler Wednesdays when if Emma's looking after the boys, I dive in here and there.
No, it's
to see you anyway, which was lovely to interact. And as you know, Brody came down the last one. It's like, they're your friends. I said, right, I'll say you say hello now. And he was just smiling ear to ear when you said hello back.
No.
Oh, it's so nice.
He was like, could they see me? It's like,
Bless him.
It's not a computer, but they can. I just typed them and they could see what I was reading, what I wrote. He was like,
that's so cute.
That's so lovely, and it's the thing as well, Lloyd. Is the fact why you've been so missed by us all, and it's been so nice having you back on, just to share that sort of companionship that I think we all started off doing all of this.
Yeah. Sort
of what seemed like a really sort of a long time ago, but it isn't.
But and it was before the blip.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. And actually to actually sort of to have that sort of ability to put the show together for February, where it's just been that sort of a little arm around each other and a little reminder of where we all started. And it's such a special feeling, it really is, and certainly shared by me. And it's something I'm actually getting to the stage where I need a holiday. I need a holiday in the United States. And it's the
golf. If you want a golf trip, you find the best course to play, whether it's Europe, America, and we'll go and we can spend. Let's do a week. Let's not take the mickey. Let's just do 7 days somewhere and play some golf.
That sounds good to me. Yeah, Orlando preferably. That's it.
Just flying to Miami because it's cheaper.
Yeah.
Oh yes. Every time, Ben. Every time.
I'm gonna have to look at Miami in future now.
Oh yeah.
Not sure I want to.
But then
Claire's not going.
Not sure I want to drive 5 hours. I think I'd rather go to Tampa.
You've got to think, how strong's our relationship for that drive?
I know. I was thinking about Lloyd as well. I'm thinking, no, I don't think it. No. Just stick with
That's what you sleep in the car. So.
Stick with JFK and changing it JFK.
It's supposed to be 3.5 hours from Miami to Orlando.
Oh, we just have to laugh about it. Once you get there, you forget it.
We did. As soon as we drove in, saw the first Disney sign, ka-ching, 1,500 quid in my pocket, and we're here.
It's true.
And we're still together.
Just think what the stuff you could spend in the outlet.
In the back.
Yeah.
Just think what 1,500 quid to buy in the outlet.
Yeah, we're spending money.
Not like Disney, but a lot in the outlet.
Yeah, the thing I'm more relieved by that, Lloyd, because actually since you're not being with us, I'm the one who comes across as being really tight. It's that tight the tight northerner who won't spend his money. But actually, I actually see the value, and like Emma just said, any money that's saved, it's outlets, it's tickets for other things, and actually it affords you to be able to have the holiday a lifetime every single time. So. I don't care. I'd much rather I'd rather not give Virgin or BA me money because I don't really remember that part of the holiday. I remember the bits in the park, the bits that really do matter with your family.
Yeah, because we don't squint when we're on holiday. It's just we squint to get there, and then we have a wonderful time when we're there. Yeah. So we kind of do it that way around. So
yeah,
absolutely. Yeah.
We pedal sitting on chicken coops if it saves us a bit more money.
I'm building an ark for my next trip.
Yeah,
an ark across the Atlantic.
If it's a saving, we'll be there.
Yeah.
If it saves more and I've got a row, I'll row. We will too, and the kids. It's fine.
Yeah,
take turns.
Someone there's banging a drum to keep a rhythm.
Hey, I tell you, we're getting that new Moana thing in Epcot. If we had a drum banging and all that, we'll be all in tune. We'd just sort of turn up. Here you go. Here's your new Moana attraction.
Goodness me.
I've arrived by a hawk.
Oh dear. So tell you what, Lloyd. Where can our listeners, watchers, and all that find you on social media? I know you've got other things that you do online as well. So sell your products, because to be really honest,
of our vlogging at the moment, because of the kids, and I've got 3 cases and a bag on my shoulder, and Emma's got 2 kids. It's hard to film. We've basically put a holiday video, not a vlog, like a proper old school holiday.
Excellent, love it.
We just did it for our mums and parents.
Yeah.
We had a little project. He wants me to put up all water slides. So that's Party of 5 Adventures on YouTube. You can see some water slides. You can see Hard Rock Hotel. You can see Saratoga Springs. And we forgot to do Old Key West. So there's a couple of water slides on there. And then there's our old school family video.
But you might do it more.
We'll do it more next time we go. I'm learning how to hold a camera and juggle and without dropping them, which is the main thing.
The camera, the baby.
The camera.
He's been fine.
Never drop the camera.
See, what you've got to do is teach him to hold the camera.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Put a GoPro on.
That's
the way.
That's how bad our holiday video is on Party of Five Adventures. Because Brody picks it up on the plane and he's filming my knee whilst talking to me. And then puts it like my face and then something else. And then I'm filming out the plane window like you do on all the good vlogs.
Yeah.
And then all you can hear is Roman in the background going,
We're going to go watch it. You're going to get like a load of hits.
It's next to June in the Oscars this year.
Well, saying that, I think Brody's a potential future vlogger. He loves, Ryan's World. He's got aspirations to be Ryan.
So he calls it Brody. He calls the little channel we've done Brody's World.
That's cool.
I'm in training.
And future-proofing the waffle, obviously.
Absolutely.
After the recent episode and Brody, you've got this is like 100 years. Well,
it's going to be
everyone else.
It's going to be in good hands, guys, isn't it?
The waffle's still going on. Tim Tracker, who's Tim Tracker? The waffle. 20.
Oh, brilliant.
The other little thing you don't want to watch is on YouTube. I just talk to my mates about movies. The Great Movie Show. Yeah. We're not very informed. I don't watch the movie beforehand. One of my mates hasn't seen the movie, like Die Hard and like ever. He missed like Die Hard when it was coming out originally, so he watches it for the first time, and then my other mate does a lot of research and passes it off as his own knowledge. So it's like, well, did you know that Joe McIntyre did this and did this? And it's like. So that's the Great Movie Show. If you want to watch that on YouTube, and that's where you can find us. But I wouldn't recommend it. Wait till next time we're on, and we've got some better channels and better content. But if you want to, if you're bored and you've gone through everything else, the Great Movie Show. It's funny because it's that bad. The Great Movie Show on YouTube. Find us. You can find us a Great Movie Show on Instagram as well, where we post little bloopers from the show, which is probably the best bit, and they're only 3 seconds long, so you can watch them if you want.
Wonderful.
I think you should watch the Great British Mickey Waffle. That's what at the moment. You can find them at, or Ben will tell you now where you can find them.
We're everywhere at GB Mickey Waffle on all Facebook. My brain's gone.
Facebook,
Instagram,
Twitter,
Instagram.
The Great British
probably Twitch,
YouTube,
TikTok,
and even TikTok as well.
And we want to wear the Mickey Waffle. Where can we find the merch?
You can find it
just like t-shirts, like
just like Johnny's wearing. If you head to our website gbmickeywaffle.com and click on our support page, you'll find our links to our Redbubble and TeePublic page.
As recently seen on our wonderful Facebook community, where I was in London and was able to have the Houses of Parliament and Big Ben in the background whilst wearing said t-shirts.
Yeah.
Go to the arms, check out John's photos.
Yeah, but also the challenge is out there though, Lloyd. For anyone who buys a t-shirt, get yourself photographed in some amazing places. Put them in the Waffler's arms. Just share them with us, because it's just, and if you're in a Disney park especially, because actually that's really what we're hoping. We're hoping to get to see loads of people who enjoy listening to us, watching us, just actually enjoying being back in Disney parks, just like you guys did over Christmas. I'm pretty certain your kids are just going to love the planning into the next one. I know both of you are. Just a massive thank you for joining us. It's been just such a delight to get you back on board. Yeah, and Emma, you need to be back on here as well, because actually, yeah,
Emma needs a medal.
She just. I think Emma's got more planning out of tonight's chat for her next trip. That's going to be
some bad influence as well. She's a safer bet to have on the channel.
Do you know what? I think we need to do a Wafflers Wednesday with Emma and me and Becca and maybe Robin about cocktails and drinks in Disney.
I think we can get that done.
Yeah,
we could do a girls' show.
Yeah, girls' night.
Yeah. Girls' night out.
There you go, Lloyd.
We can do a show. We can do a show following Wednesday about Boba Fett and
golf.
Golf. Okay. Golf is being added to the list.
Right, add them to the list. Let's do it.
Oh, brilliant. I'll tell you what, that's been a delight, and just thanks again. And there's only one thing left to say, and I'm going to let you guys say it, because this is the joy of being guests on the show. So after you.
Waffle on!
Waffle on!
Waffle on!